Hey everyone, it's Pastor Hockman. Hope you're having a wonderful day today, and I hope and pray that God blessed your Easter celebration yesterday, even though it looked different and probably felt different than any that you've ever celebrated before. I pray that what was the same was the joy that we have in Jesus and knowing that his victory is ours. One of my favorite Easter readings, it's an Old Testament reading from Exodus chapter 15. It's the song of Moses and the Israelites after they experienced mighty deliverance at the Lord's hand. They stood on the opposite shores of the Red Sea after just witnessing God's mighty power and how God worked his love for them. And they sing this song of praise. You know the events that led up to that story. The 10 plagues had finally been enough. Pharaoh had had enough of these Israelite people, and he said, fine, go. And he sent the people out. But then he changed his mind. And he gathered his army and his chariots, and they pursued the Israelites who had already been making their way out into the wilderness. The Israelites came to the shores of the Red Sea, wondering what would happen next. They turned around because they heard the rumble of those horses and chariots, and they saw Pharaoh's army advancing against them, and they were stuck. At least it looked like they were stuck. By all earthly appearances, they had nowhere to run, nowhere to turn, nowhere to hide. What would they do? But God answered that question for them through Moses. He told them what they should do. He said, do not be afraid. Stand firm, and you will see the deliverance the Lord will bring you today. The Egyptians you see today, you will never see again. The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still. And then God gave some pretty simple commands to Moses. He said, hold out your staff over the Red Sea. And then as Moses did that, God worked his power to build 2 walls of water so that the people could walk through on dry ground. And then on the other side, on the side of safety, God told Moses to do it again. Hold out your staff. And then those walls of water came crashing down to work defeat and to utterly rout and destroy that enemy army that had threatened his people. God used his power over nature to cause the sea to behave in a way that seas don't behave on their own. He showed his power over an enemy army that threatened the Israelites. He showed that he had the power over what looked like certain death and destruction, and he used that power to work deliverance for his people. Isn't that the Easter story? It looked like death and destruction on Good Friday. Our hero was dead and in a tomb. But God used his power to raise Jesus from the dead. Jesus burst forth in victory to deliver us from sin and death and the power of the devil. Because of Easter, our hearts are filled with joy. Because of Easter, we can join Moses and the Israelites in singing their song of praise. That's recorded in Exodus chapter 15. Then Moses and the Israelites sang this song to the Lord. I will sing to the Lord, for he is highly exalted. Both horse and driver he has hurled into the sea. The Lord is my strength and my defense. He has become my salvation. He is my God, and I will praise him. My father's God, and I will exalt him. The Lord is a warrior. The Lord is his name. Pharaoh's chariots and his army he has hurled into the sea. The best of Pharaoh's officers are drowned in the Red Sea. The deep waters have covered them. They sank into the depths like a stone. Your right hand, Lord, was majestic in power. Your right hand, Lord, shattered the enemy. And so no matter what it is that we're facing today, we know that the Lord is bigger and stronger, whether it's the impact of the pandemic or things that are going on in your personal life. Maybe it's the economic hardship that this whole situation has caused. Maybe it's something that's totally unrelated to this, but has been festering, or an issue that you've been struggling with. Know that the Lord is stronger than it all, and the Lord has won the mightiest of victories by destroying the devil's power, by defeating death, and that means that life will be ours forever, and life is our spiritual life, the ability to have a relationship with God and to cherish the oneness and the reconciliation that is ours in him. So my friends, be still. Be still and know that it's the Lord who fights for you. Be still and know that God is the one who has the power over it all, and God is the one who has the plan to use all things for your eternal good. My friends, find a place to be still. Be still in the promises of God. Find your refuge in them, and rejoice in the victory that is already yours in Jesus. Have a great day.